Hello and welcome to another episode of This Week in Streaming, your one-stop shop for learning about all the new shows and movies coming to streaming services this week. Whether it's Netflix, Hulu, Disney+, Amazon Prime, or HBO Max, we're going to talk about it. Today is February 5th, here's what's new. All 10 episodes of the new Netflix original series Firefly Lane are streaming today. The show is based on a novel of the same name by Kristen Hanna and follows two friends over the course of 40 years. Starring Katherine Heigl, who you may know from Grey's Anatomy or Knocked Up, and Sarah Chalke, who you may know from Scrubs or How I Met Your Mother, this show is perfect for anyone who loves dramas. With only 10 episodes at 50-ish minutes per episode, you can totally binge this show in a weekend. On that note, if you are subscribed to Netflix and like seeing Leonardo DiCaprio movies, I've got some good news. Both Shutter Island and Inception just dropped on the service. Shutter Island is a movie directed by Martin Scorsese about a US Marshal who has to figure out how a murderess escaped an insane asylum. It stars Mark Ruffalo, Ben Kingsley, Michelle Williams, and of course Leonardo DiCaprio. Inception is a movie directed by Christopher Nolan about a team of people who can invade dreams with the hopes of implanting memories. It stars Joseph Gordon-Levitt, Tom Hardy, Elliot Page, and you guessed it, Leonardo DiCaprio. Let me know what your favorite Christopher Nolan movie is in the comments below. I'm pretty sure Inception is my favorite, although Memento and The Dark Knight are incredibly good too. I feel like there are very few wrong answers here, except maybe Tenet. This is the first This Week in Streaming episode of February, which means HBO Max just added a ton of movies to their service. Among those movies are Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, Life of Pi, Aquaman, The Goonies, all 3 Matrix movies, all 7 Saw movies, and all 3 Austin Powers movies. If you're in the mood for something a little bit lighter, there are a bunch of new comedies on Netflix. Beverly Hills Ninja, Tiffany Haddish Presents They Ready, and National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation are all new on the service. It's a little weird that National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is dropping in February, but better late than never, I guess. And now it's time for a segment we here at Likewise like to call What We're Watching. It's where we chat about whatever show or movie we're currently watching. It's pretty self-explanatory. On this edition of What We're Watching, I want to recommend James Acaster's Repertoire. If you're into stand-up comedy, definitely check the special out. In total, it's nearly 3.5 hours long, and every second of it is excellent. James constructs this imaginary world where he's a community support officer and a juror and an undercover cop, among other things, and he uses this imaginary world as a vehicle to tell inventive and just straight-up hilarious jokes. You can watch it all on Netflix. I highly recommend it. Before we go, let's check in with what the most saved movie and TV show was on Likewise last week. The most saved TV show was the HBO Max psychological thriller series Possessions, and the most saved movie was The Little Things, which we actually talked about in the last episode of This Week in Streaming and is available to stream on HBO Max. Let me know what you're watching this week in the comments down below. Check out this playlist for more episodes of This Week in Streaming, and download the Likewise app for free by clicking the link in the description to get some great recommendations and contribute to the most saved stuff section next week. Thanks!